guys, welcome back to Odrix Sports. I am Ben McCann with
Colton Hall.
And today we're going to do a little recap of last week. Colton had a busy weekend. He went to Aberdeen. He went to Pier. I was lucky enough to stay here and watch the Spearfish Spartans play the Mitchell Kernels. We'll wait on that, but we will go over the other scores really quickly, and then we'll get into the Spearfish Mitchell game.
Mm-hmm. So Sunshine Bible Academy fell to Burke 41-16. You also had Arlington falling to Sioux Falls Lutheran 49-14.
Sioux Falls Lutheran finally got a win.
Sioux Falls, SFL out there getting it done. Also, Sioux Falls Lincoln beating Roosevelt 55-7. That's what you want. You talked about what you want to see from a number one team, in terms of dominance. That was a win right there. Del Rapids beating Rapid City Christian 43-8.
Oh, Del Rapids looked pretty good.
They did. Mobridge Pollock beating Ron Colley 50-0. Again, I don't know what's going on with Ron Colley right now. I got a buddy that's coaching for him right now, so I'll have to reach out to my guy. So
Ron Colley used to be
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
kind of
playoffs, and now I don't know what's going on. Huron beating T 16-0.
So I don't have a little insider. I saw an individual. I'm not gonna say who, but I saw an individual this weekend and talked to them a little bit, and they said Huron's for real. That defense is the real deal, and they got some decent playmakers, and the T didn't play great. I think what's happening, honestly, is they're kind of overlooking them. This isn't the Huron team of old. It's not like, oh, we're going to go to Huron and it's a gimme. So I think a lot of these kids need to understand, like in Spearfish, when they play them in not this week, but the week after, they're going to have to really kind of dial in and realize, hey, this is not going to be a gimme game. They're going to play you tough, and they're coming to play. So
When Black Hills weather swings from frigid winters to scorching summers, Woods Heating and Cooling keeps Spearfish Lead in the surrounding Black Hills area perfectly comfortable. With over 10 years of trusted HVAC experience and expertise in everything from air conditioning to radiant floor heat, call Woods now at 605-861-9592 for dependable year-round comfort.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. Let's just say that was, we watched Huron. We were calling it last year. I mean, they missed out on a couple of connections with some of those taller receivers. And, Huron also went to the state basketball tournament too. So it was like watching some of those taller receivers. You're like, okay, they got dudes. They just got to be able to get them the ball.
I said it week one. Look out for Huron. I wouldn't want to play them.
And, taking down T. Now, this inevitably happens, whether you want to admit it or not. Like, teams around this area, you always look at who they just played. And if you beat that team or lost to that team, you kind of gauge on how bad that they beat or lost to them. And I don't agree with that, because I feel like any given Sunday or any given Friday, they beat Pier too. So that's another thing here. So it's like, oh, okay. Like Huron is coming to play. They're going to be a really good team for these Spartans here when we go there in a couple of weeks. Harriet Selby, Lemon McIntosh. So Harriet Selby taking the win there, 42-6. Spearfish beating Mitchell 42-16. We'll get in that in just a moment. Howard beating Chester 51-0. Yankton over Douglas 63-6.
That was. I think the JV was in at half.
That's rough.
I was told.
I just, for Douglas, you just kind of, it's one of those games you can't take them. You can never take anybody lightly, and you just got to play them. Belfouche falling to Tri-Valley 30-14. Hot Springs beating Lee Deadwood 19-6. I don't know how to take Hot Springs. 1 minute they'll play it, win it real close, and the next minute they're squeaking out a win over Lee Deadwood. Like, guys, it's a 2-possession game, but I don't know. Madison whooping up on my alma mater, unfortunately, 43-0 over Custer.
Madison looks good.
Madison looks really good.
They got a couple kids on that team. They look pretty good.
The Bulldogs look really good. Freeman Mary Academy 61-6 over Gayville Vollen. They look pretty good too. Hill City over Harding County 43-12.
Harding County doesn't look great.
They're not the Harding County of old. Let's put it that way. Timberlake over Faith 45-6. Parkston over Hanson 16-6. Hey, Parkston going back to it.
Yep.
EPJ beating Winner. I'm telling you right now, that town they're upset. Like they are. I know that the football team is going to come back in a major way, but still, that's just a little bit of a shocker. EPJ 20-8 over Winner.
Elk Point has athletes, man.
Elk Point is. There's a reason they won the state title. A couple of years ago, and they beat Winner to do it.
They're competitive. They've been competitive the last 10 years.
Yeah. Millbank over Groton 19-0. Canton beating Vermilion 19-14. Parker over Baltic 25-6. Brookings beating Aberdeen Central 14-10, but Aberdeen Central's still tough. You got to be able to come out and play them.
Yeah, Spearfish plays them this coming
Yes,
week.
this is homecoming against Aberdeen Central, so that'll be something to watch. Oldham Ramona Rutland 38-22 over Irene Wakanda. Dual beating Flandreau 26-14. Sioux Falls Christian over Lennox. Wow, 17-0. Not expecting that.
No, I was not either. I thought Lennox would play a little bit better, but
Yes. That did not happen. Britton Hecla over Florence Henry 53-0. Stanley County beating Redfield 42-6. Stanley County is always pretty good. Also, Bennett County over Kadoka 26-22. West Central beating McCook Central Montrose 35-6.
I'm starting to feel it.
Yes, West Central is definitely coming. Ipswich over Northwestern Area 56-16. Pierre beating Watertown 41-19. So
That's the state championship rematch.
yeah, so I mean that one had some connotations. Let's put it that way. Dupree over Gettysburg 42-14. Garrettson over Canastota 35-14. Clark Willow Lake over Sioux Valley 26-8. Dakota Valley over Lakota Tech 58-0. Hamlin beating Great Plains Lutheran 48-0. Alcester Hudson over Viborg Hurley 28-26. Loyola Frederick 44-14 over North Central. Bridgewater Emory Ethan Beersford 21. Bridgewater Emory Ethan 20. Chamberlain 22.
See, they look good.
Beersford. Chamberlain 22. Miller Highmore Herald 8. Scotland Menno 62 over.
Trip Delmont, Andes Central.
They are the butt end of a joke
Yeah.
every week, but we love you guys out there. 62-16 over TDAA CDC. Avon over Corsica Stickney.
Nobody's beating Avon.
No, I know. It's 54-8. Avon's tough right now. Avon is tough. Wall beating New Underwood 54-0. St. Mary over Coleman Egan 54-6. Von Home over Gregory. Wow. That was
a big
convincing.
win.
That was
That's
convincing.
a big win.
49-18. Warner over Falkton 17-14. Elkton Lake Benton 65-20. Platte Geddes 22-20 over Kimball White Lake. Waverly South Shore 28-8. Also Wagner over Mount Vernon Plankinton 20-8.
That's another one. I don't know if anybody's beating Wagner. either.
Wagner's tough. Wagner
That quarterback is unreal.
Woolsey Washington Sanborn Central over Webster 53-0. Lyman over Jones County 46-8. Solely Buttes beating Hitchcock Tulare 52-12. Jefferson over Sioux Falls Washington 42-14.
This Jefferson Lincoln game that's going to eventually happen. That's going to be
telling.
yeah. That's
Very
going to be a knockdown, drag out. It is going to be a very good game. I would definitely, if you guys, that is this week. That's going to be one to pay attention to because Jefferson, I don't think has beat a team by less than 40.
Yeah.
And Lincoln's kind of the same.
So
this is going to be a big game for AAA.
yeah. Also, speaking of AAA, Harrisburg over Rapid City Central 41-10. Sturgis Brown over Stevens 41-10. And then Brandon Valley beating Sioux Falls O'Gorman 43-15.
That Sturgis team is...
Sturgis looks tough. You talk about they're on a 3-game winning streak right now. You're looking around and you're thinking, okay, at some point, the paths of Sturgis at last game of the season are going to cross, and that is going to be a very important game.
Yes.
Especially how the season is
definitely going
unfolding.
to have playoff implications.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of Spearfish, taking down Mitchell, and this was an interesting game, 42-16. Again, I was in Aberdeen, but I was watching it from afar. 3 and a half hour weather delay?
3.5 hour weather delay.
Aye, good
And
Lord.
it was me and Hannah in the booth.
How did she put up with you?
I have no idea, but 3.5 hours of, it was fun. I mean, we made the most of it. We tried to figure out some stuff we could do, but yeah, I was trying to like jump on and be like, because we didn't know, we didn't have any like kind of,
No.
They didn't let us know, hey, we're going to make a decision in a date. But finally about 8:15, we heard that there was no way Mitchell was like, we were playing no matter what. Like it didn't matter if it was 10 o'clock, 11, like they were playing. So
That makes sense.
we were just in it for the long haul, and we had one big thunderstorm roll through, and otherwise it was just a lightning delay. You'd be like, "There's no lightning," and big looked like a flash.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, I get it. But no, it was a really good game. You got a chance to kind of watch it on the live stream
Multiple times.
I think Thomas Hughes is the real deal.
I think so too.
He's going to be an all-state kid.
Yep.
I
Only a
don't
junior
have any-
too, so
yeah.
you got something to build on for next year at the very least. I will say that there were times where the defense. I mean, at one point, I think people forget this was a 14-10 game, and then Spearfish just started pouring it on, and so I think ultimately you kind of look at your team and you have to be honest with yourself, because I talked to Teason, kind of to the side. I'm like, so what do you think? Like, obviously last year you guys took care of business. What was it, like 46-0? He's like, it's not going to be 46-0 because they're a good team, but I think that we're gonna have to come out and execute and have to do our thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. So, but I mean, it wasn't 46-0 or 40-0, whatever, but it was 42-16. So,
And that six was given up by the JV kids.
Yeah.
6 of those were given up by the JV kids.
I mean, and you also talk about, like, I was going down the stat sheet. I watched the game 3 times. Like, I'm not kidding, because I was going through for stats and everything. And I will say this. When you actually look back on the stats, there's 8-9 kids. We were like, I mean, we're deep.
Yep.
And so, I mean, you talk about Thomas Hughes, Cade Verbruska, you talk about Lucas, you talk about Sam Marcus, you talk about Brock Lewis, you talk about, Jack Coat, like
Carson
Sire. It just never ended. Like you just
Mick.
talk about how, Mick, you're 8-9 kids deep, where you're like, holy cow, like we're kind of stacked. And so, and some of those kids are going to be back next year when you talk about Verbruska, Sire, Hughes.
Sire's a senior. No, Sire's a junior.
Sire's a
this year,
junior. And so you're going to have quite a bit coming back next year too. So, I'm really excited for the rest of the season, because I don't think that anybody really had this one on their bingo card of Spearfish beating Mitchell to that degree necessarily. But I think that if you're Spearfish, you're looking at the rest of the season. You got this week for homecoming against Aberdeen Central, which
You got to grind, man.
now, we made this mistake last year where we underestimated Aberdeen Central to a degree, and we went up all the way to Aberdeen and lost. And now this is homecoming.
You throw homecoming in, and it's a whole different week.
You have to take care of business. Like, this is what it's all about. This is homecoming. It doesn't get any more bigger than this.
And you got to lock in too, because you got parades.
Yep.
I'm sure they're talking about the dances and all this other stuff. Like, you got to play football. I mean, athletic during homecoming week is one of the hardest weeks to play, besides like playoffs or the dome.
Yep.
Because there's so much other stuff going on. And you just have to lock in and make the most out of practices, because it seems like practice times are shorter.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing as much. It's a fun week, and absolutely have fun, because you only get 4 of them. So definitely have fun with it. But this week is going to be really telling on how Spearfish approaches this game, because after this they go to Huron, and then they get.
They got a home against Watertown.
Yeah, Watertown. And Watertown's not a bad team. I mean, don't let that...
0-3 record fool you.
Yeah.
They're not that. They are a quality team.
That was about that week where things kind of turned for them last year.
Yep.
So,
And then you saw them, win the state title. So there's that.
Yep.
So I think that, so this week, Aberdeen Central, who's 0-3, I get that. Again, don't underestimate them. Huron, Watertown, Douglas, Pierre at home, and then Sturgis Brown, who, like we said, is looking really good. Looking really, really good right now. So I think ultimately...
Those last 2 are going to be...
Those are going to be...
Because that is the time where Pierre is locked in.
Yep.
Like,
they always put it together.
Get through
at the
Aberdeen first. We're not going to overstep that. Get through Aberdeen first. Get through Huron these next 2, and then and then Watertown, and then Douglas is kind of, I don't want to say a gimme, but
I mean, you have to come out and play them like you do everybody else. That's just the reality of the situation. So, but no, I really was encouraged by the overall performance. You would think, and you had mentioned this on the stream, that after a 3.5 hour delay, you'd be a little, lethargic, maybe not coming out as sharp. But I mean,
teams.
Spearfish, they came down right away and scored on their first drive. Now Mitchell did too, but at the end, it was a field goal, so it was 6-3 at one point. Spearfish scored again, but you saw this offense come alive in ways that To be honest
The
with
run
you,
game.
like we did not see the run game got a lot better. You had Mick ran for over 70 yards. You had Thomas Hughes do his thing too, and also we saw a couple of good runs from guys like Lucas as well, Lathan Lucas as well. So I mean, also the passing game. You saw Jack Coat go up and get one for 32-yard touchdown. You had Cade Vavruska look pretty good. Carson Sire caught a touchdown. So I mean, when you actually start to really see how this offense is coming together, it's encouraging. But this defense has been good pretty much all year long. So.
I just don't know how you guard them because you're gonna have to spy. You're gonna have to spy Hughes, and that means one, you can spy people, but that person that you're spying has to be able to keep up with Thomas. So good luck with that.
You basically
And
put your
then-
best athlete on Thomas Hughes and just make sure he doesn't get outside of the pocket.
Yeah, and then but once you do that, what was happening was Mitchell was bringing both safeties up, and that left the middle wide open. That's where you saw
And then
Cade
throw it over the
Cade Vavruska take advantage of that. But then when they put that one safety up, then they were still getting to the outside, and Mick was still able to run up the middle. So it's kind of
Pick your poison.
yeah.
It really is, and that's I know that's exactly how Coach Teason wants it. So, but they got to execute. They got to continue. In my opinion, they got to be, you're rolling high right now, 2-1. But overall, you have to be looking at this, and you have to say, okay, we just keep getting better every week, and just kind of go from there. So, but
And they were very much in that T game.
they were,
so.
and I mean, to the very last possession, that's exactly what you want it to be. But I think that again, the rest of the season is going to be very telling, especially these next couple of weeks. And then, we'll see how the rest of this thing unfolds. But hey, this week is homecoming week. Tonight we'll have the dance competition. We'll be live streaming that as well as we'll have the dance competition.
I know nothing about the dance competition.
I know you don't. I got it. And then also tonight we've got the burning of the big S. I didn't know that everybody did that. I thought it was just a Custer thing.
No, Newell does it. My cousin won out of, I think there's 3 people. She won prom queen or homecoming queen.
Oh, gosh.
And they went and burned the big N, which
We're gonna leave that there. I think ultimately, I was clueless. I was like, oh, Custer's the only one that does that. No,
we
it's
don't
not.
burn anything. I don't think Bonnet. Maybe. I don't
Do you
remember.
Do you burn a B? You burn a big B?
BH.
Okay.
We go
burn
all
big,
out.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be handling the plus also the parade. I think that starts at 2 on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Rams are in that too, I believe.
I think so.
Well, we'll get more information as that unfolds. But there's a lot of activities. Make sure you guys stay tuned with Odrix Sports to kind of stay up to date with all of the interviews, highlights, photos, everything.
You
Spearfish
live streaming
Spartans.
the burning of the S?
I'm not going to live stream. I think we're just going to take pictures and take pictures and video, and then just put it up right away. So. Honestly, I'll live stream anything at this point. I don't care as long as I got Wi-Fi. I got Wi-Fi and a computer. We'll be good to go. So
I saw Mr. Wademan at Sam's Club yesterday, and he was like, "Busy weekend." And I was like, "Not for me, but for Colton, yeah."
Haven't slept. No, but I think it was good. It's honestly, this is the time of year where it's a little crisp in the morning, but you enjoy it because you're like, I feel in the busy enough that it's just like you're staying busy, but it's also football season.
It's the best time of year.
It's the best time of year. So, but no, we're excited to bring you guys the rest of the action here as it unfolds. Make sure you guys, like we said, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as to our Facebook and all of our social media, and keep up to date on everything Spearfish Spartan related on odrixsports.com.
And check out those the articles that Colton's been working on putting out, because those do have all the stats and everything in them, and kind of just a recap of the game. So if you did miss the live stream, then you're able just to kind of jump into that, know what's going on. So when Monday rolls around and people are talking about the football game, you can definitely have the cliff notes and be able to keep up with that conversation. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you throughout the weekend. We'll see you next week on another edition of our South Dakota High School football recap. This production is brought to you by our sponsors: Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish, the Bassville Bison South Dakota Market, MJ Plumbing, Queen City Door, Dana Dental Arts, Superior Water, Legacy Custom Homes and Design, the Golf Club at Devil's Tower, Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish, the Clubhouse of Spearfish, Good Earth Natural Foods, CBH Co-op, Northern Hills Golf Car, Spearfish Building Supply, Hauk Electric, Pioneer Properties, I Love Spearfish, American Family Insurance Mariah Duvall Agency, McDonald's, One Way Service Pros, Black Mountain Painting, and Woods Heating and Cooling.